Mrs. Sutton, the radio, TV broadcasting teacher here at Northwood Middle School. It has been a pleasure getting to know your child in my class, and I'm excited to share a little bit about what they've been working on. But first, I wanted to show you exactly how my PowerSchool page works so that you can better help your student at home when they're learning at home or if they're fully virtual. So when you come to my page, I have my welcome page here. Tells you a little bit about me. It also has the 2-hour delay schedule, which will be very helpful in upcoming Wednesdays, a calendar, and then a little thing, what are you looking for, which sort of helps to be a little bit of a map. Now, as a parent, you're really going to want to pay attention to this parent page. And the parent page has a little bit about what we're doing, a little bit about how to reach me. This is my direct line phone number to my classroom, and this is how to email me. I really encourage you to email me with any questions, thoughts, concerns you have about what's happening in my class, how your student is doing, etc. I do answer emails in a very timely manner, so please feel free to do that. And then I also have parent resources, and as we get more of these, I add them in. So, things like the dress code, mask guidelines, that sort of thing. And then if there are other elements that need to be added, you can find them here. So when your child is in my class, every day they need to find the day of the week. So we're just going to go here. This talks about the unit, okay? So Unit 5, September 21st to 25th. This is what we're doing. We're making a comic. This gives the daily expectations. And then each day of the week has specifics. So every day we need to start out with filling out your Google form for attendance. Whether your child is in the classroom or at home, they need to fill out that attendance form every day. It is time stamped so that I know that your child is in my class when they need to be in my class. That's really important. There's also an agenda every day, okay? Number 1, every day, fill out the Google form for attendance. And then it'll have some more instruction. This one, they're learning about Pixton. They're logging in, they're creating their avatar, checking their grades, getting caught up with work. Now, I do have extra links posted. First is Zoom. Now, I don't necessarily have a Zoom meeting every day. Sometimes it's mandatory, sometimes it's they need help, and sometimes there's no Zoom meeting. But this box right here will tell your student if they need to be in a Zoom, if they can go in for help, or if there's none for that day. When I have Zoom meetings, I do have some expectations. First of all, their camera must be on. I need to know that they're actually there, especially for the mandatory Zoom meetings. Second, they need to use their first and last name. That's really important. I know that your kids have lots of nicknames, and that's great, but I don't know what those nicknames are. I only know them as what they are on my roster. So camera on, first and last name, very important. Third, they need to come in muted. The reason for that is when they're at home, I understand everything's happening. The dog is barking, their little sister's crying, you're making lunch in the background, and all of that's fine. I get it. But it is really distracting when they come into a Zoom meeting and there's chaos in their background, and it really interrupts me helping other students or the flow of the Zoom meeting. So please make sure that they are muted when they come in. They can unmute themselves to ask a question. It's totally fine. And then they have to remember, number 4, that they're still at school. They need to act like they're at school. They need to treat myself and their peers with respect. And they need to ask questions when they need help. And that's really, really important. And that moves us into our classroom expectations. When they're in my classroom, they need to have respect for me and they need to have respect for their peers. Now, what that means is when they need help, they ask for it. They don't just start talking or start doing something else. If they need clarification, they need to ask me so that they're not getting distracted. They need to really focus on their work. They need to check their grades through Clever so that they know if they're missing anything. And if they are, they have plenty of time to make up missed work, and they can ask me where to find it. So classroom expectations are absolutely built on respect. They need to stay in their seats. Their seats are placed 6 feet apart for a reason. They need to wear their masks at all times. So if you can please help reinforce that, I would really, really appreciate it. When your student is done with their work and they have assignments, they can turn them in many ways. Every single project that they do, I have a tutorial on how to turn that project in. But I'm going to show you a couple of the ways they can do that. One is through a wiki project. You go to activities, you go down to wiki projects, and here are the list of wiki projects. There's a tutorial on how they can add their videos or their memes or their comics or whatever they're working on into a wiki. But more importantly is assignments. They go to assignments. You can see here that we have all of these assignments, and they can click on hand in. So you'll click the hand in button, and then anything that I have in assignments is usually from their Google Drive. So they would attach it from their Google Drive, and it'll open it up. They should be able to find it. They can search for the name of it, everything, okay? So they'll click on something, click select, and then they need to click this blue hand in button. That's really important. They haven't handed it in if they've just clicked this hand in button. They have to upload it and click the blue hand in button. That's really, really imperative for me to be able to see that they've done their work so that I can grade it. And again, with grades, just because you see a green check mark or you don't see a green check mark in here, that's not their grade. You need to check their grade through Clever. And it's the Fort Wayne Community School logo. It'll go in. If they click on my class, I'm very good about putting orange boxes when they're missing assignments or blue boxes if they're incomplete. And I have their grades in there as in a timely manner as I possibly can. So if you're curious about your child's grade, please have them check it through Clever, not necessarily through the assignments list. So again, please feel free to contact me whenever you have a question or a concern. Email me or call me directly into my classroom, and I will get back to you as soon as I can. I'm also very happy to set up one-on-one Zoom conference calls so that we can make sure we're all on the same page about your child's success in my class. This quarter, they've done a great job. They've made videos about themselves. They've created comics that they've then turned into videos that they've then recorded their voices over. They've created infographics and memes. They've learned the history of radio. They've learned the cultural importance of memes. They're doing a great job, and I'm really excited for next quarter when we're going to start working with video cameras. So it's been great to get to know your kid, and I'm really excited to talk with you more. Please contact me with any questions you might have.